Hey guys, welcome back to the Everybody Just Calm Down podcast. I am your boy Poe Theory.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Danielle.
Hey guys.
Hi.
How's everyone?
Fabulous.
It's Monday.
Oh, yes, it is Monday.
I'm doing the best I can what I got.
Honestly, with a wing and a prayer.
Danielle, you put in PTO today. Like, no one's taking you seriously.
Oh, that's her business.
Oh my God. Disclaimer, it's not illegal to take PTO if you're not sick.
Well,
mental health day.
Fair. Very fair.
Thank
very
you.
Fair.
Let the people know.
Okay. Everybody just calm down. So we've been reviewing the comments, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen a lot of people asking, essentially, is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills the only show that we will review? And the short answer is no. The only reason we've been focusing more so on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is because at the time we started the podcast, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had just started their season. And obviously we know with Salt Lake, New York, Potomac, they were more than halfway through their season. 2 of those shows are currently in their reunion. So we felt like it would be crazy for us to kind of just jump in the middle. But one thing we are going to do is definitely give our opinion on this Brynn and Ubah situation happening in New York.
Yes.
I'm getting Phaedra and Candy vibes. Not to that extent.
Oh, it's been compared. It's been compared to the Phaedra. Yeah.
It's
right.
It's not a good look. But at first, we must get into the fashions of this reunion, and then we will dive deep into that horrible situation. All right, guys, so let's get this going. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking I wish I had a visual aid.
Oh, oh, girl, did you think that I wasn't going to give you a visual aid? Okay, so I must say, I think it was Danielle Danielle messaged both of us in our group chat and was just like, I think this may be the best dress reunion we've ever seen. And I must say, I agree.
Yeah, definitely in recent years for sure.
So first, we have the lovely Raquel. She is wearing Carolina Herrera shoes, Yves Saint Laurent. The hair, for me, the hair is everything. I could have done without the bangles. The dress, I'm in love with. That dress is life. Y'all already know me. Y'all know I love a print and a pattern.
Yeah.
So she already got it for me. What do y'all think?
I agree. I think that for her first reunion, I love this. I think it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It speaks to who she is as a person. I think the fact that she's an art girl, the fact that the dress has a lot of artistic design, has a lot of artistic elements. It goes really well with the hair. And I assume that the overall color story of the reunion was black, gold, and white, because I was a little thrown off at first when Aaron had on the gold dress. But I guess Raquel, she kind of pulls everybody in together, which I enjoy with this look.
That's kind of the thing that kind of upset me a little bit, because obviously she would be positioned where she's positioned because of how much she gave in the season. But it would have been great if she would have been in the middle, because like you said, it ties everything together. But go ahead, Danielle. Sorry.
I'm a fan of old school. This is an old school Carolina cut. It's a timeless dress. I think it was spot on as far as the print and pattern. The hair was nothing spectacular. I don't know why you guys are gassing it up. But the hair is it's regular. Shoes.
Did you see what her hair looks like? Like from the side and everything?
No, I did.
I mean, I said I liked it. I didn't say it was groundbreaking.
Well, so you see what I'm saying?
That's what happens when a girl got a piece of hair, child.
What do I know?
Yeah,
but overall, I give her a 9. I give her a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Oh, a 9. Okay, that's okay.
That's
I'll
fine.
give her. Yeah, I would give her. Oof, I'm gonna give her a 9 there, yo. I'm with you with the 9. Where are you, Jared?
I'm at a solid 8.
Okay. And also one thing that pops out to me every time I'm looking at this dress, this is such a Sarah Jessica Parker dress.
Yeah, very much.
Very Sex in the City. That's what I'm saying. This is a traditional style. The New York City woman at one point wore this cut, and specifically from Carolina Herrera. So this is traditional.
Very fair. All right, and then we are gonna move on to this gorgeous woman. Is just It's disgusting. Even though this look is obviously, we are talking about the reunion looks, but even when on the last episode, when she was just in that red and white sweater, that shirt with that short bob, everything.
When
But
she was in that moo.
oh, I mean,
That's all I, yeah, that's all I can remember. I can't even remember the sweater. I just kept thinking about the moo.
I was just gliding through the
Yeah.
Puerto Rican rental.
Like mad as hell.
Yeah, all we know is the stylist's name is Arnold Milford, and then they go into the hair stylist and the makeup artist. We don't know who made the dress, but this dress is everything. The bangles actually work for this dress. I love that she obviously used the gold bangles. All the accessories are gold. The makeup, the hair, just everything ties in perfectly. I don't know if you guys noticed, but even the gloves.
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's a part of the. No, I got
it. It's a part of the dress.
It's a part of the dress because that is just honey. Like Ubah, I'm actually gonna give Ubah a 10 because she just looks flawless to me.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think I have no notes. I think head to toe is perfect. I think a special shout out considering that this is her first chair of her housewives career, and this is how you come into a first chair. She's sitting in this chair like she knew she was in first chair. I love this for her.
Yeah, same. I would actually say 10s across the board. The hair is really good. That's good hair. Good face. The face, you can't even get to the dress. The face is everything. I think her accessorizing with the gloves and the bangles was just kind of razzle dazzle. Ubah's also a woman of a particular age too, which also it just makes it all the more better, to be honest with you. 10 for me, honestly, just off of skin and body. The dress is kind of like I've seen her wear other gowns, but overall look 10.
She wore the dress. The dress didn't wear her.
Right.
Yeah, she rocked that dress. All right, and so then we move on to Erin. Erin is wearing Bottega Veneta. The shoes are retrofite.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to give Erin a nice little 6. I would have. Am I gonna get canceled for saying this?
It depends on what it is. If you have to ask, probably.
I love this dress if she wasn't pregnant.
Oh, I was gonna say something else. Okay.
Okay. She's not that girl to push this monochromatic look. Her hair, her makeup, it doesn't match what this dress is supposed to give. It to me, her with the rosy cheeks, the California hair, it's too many different aesthetics in one look. And I'm just not a fan. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a cute 6 out of 10.
I thought this was fine. When they first released the photos, I actually thought this was Mary Cosby's dress from the season 1 Salt Lake City reunion. She had on almost the same dress, but I learned
absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to reference it and that in later clips, Aaron, because it really is
right. But apparently it's not. But I mean, I thought it was fine. I mean, contrary to what Aaron thought, I actually enjoyed the fact. I like when a pregnant girl wears like not necessarily a maternity dress or obvious maternity dress. So I enjoyed that aspect of the dress. I think it is what it is. I mean, I'll give her a little bit of grace because I feel like if you're pregnant, you may be a little bit limited, but it's fine. I give it a 7.
Same here. I would probably say a 7. I didn't mind her being pregnant. I was gonna say I thought, will I be canceled for this? I honestly would want this. I wanted this dress on Raquel. I would have wanted this on maybe a woman of color and not Erin. And the reason why I'm saying it is because number one, the makeup was wrong for it. Her makeup was giving the Carolina Herrera vibe, but the dress is giving I don't know, like a Betsy Johnson or something like that. So it's just like two different and then the stomach. So it's like a lot going on. The belly, the toe, the hair. I'd say a 7 because they're for a mom, but I wouldn't want this dress from somebody else.
Right. And I mean, and just to clean it up a little bit, it's not that I hate seeing a baby bump, guys. I just think there's
the mothers aren't going to jump you.
Yeah, I promise. There's just a better way to show it. And it's that silhouette to me, like you said, I would have loved her wearing Raquel's look, but obviously maybe a 2-piece. Show me have the full bump out. instead of
I
that.
also too, just to piggyback off of this too, I also feel like she's not a pregnant and slay mom. She's had 3 other kids. She's
Yeah.
not that mom who would actually do a dress like this, whether she was doing the reunion or not. So I think this is also it just looks out of place.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say about Erin, and then we can move on to the next housewife. Erin is one of those girls that I'm watching throughout the season that is just gorgeous without trying. And
She
then
really
when she
is.
gets a glam, and when she gets glam, they fuck up.
But I think her glam, looks great in her confessionals though.
Always.
Yes. Yeah, that's always. And I don't feel like she has help. I don't think Erin. I think Erin may be doing that herself. But then you get her here, where it's like, oh, I gotta bring in all the, bring in the full team, and it's like, what did they do to her? But yeah. Okay, and then the next woman we have
my fucking favorite.
Oh, let me read it. So then we have Jenna Lyons. She is wearing a robe by Balenciaga, shoes by Louboutin. And she says, I just wanted to do something unexpected and playful. I can't compete in the sexy dress category. This is the type of look that you have to have swag. There's no one else on this cast that could have pulled this off. Would have to disagree when she says she can't compete in the sexy category, because let's be very clear, Jenna, you are literally a fucking model. Like your body you're extremely model-esque. I think she ate this look. It's giving me Audrey Hepburn. I loved every bit of it. I'm gonna give it a 9. It's a 9 for me.
Yeah, I really like this for Jenna, just for the fact that I feel like she's the only one that could have done this. I like how she's on this trajectory of doing things that are different at the reunion. I didn't love the jeans last year, but they were different, so that was fine. This is different. I don't know how many reunions she has left. If it was up to me, this might be her last one, but I enjoy the path that she's on. I like this look. It still fits within the theme, despite it being very different. I would give it an 8.
Oh,
that Monday was real bad for you, huh?
It was nasty.
Honey, Jesus.
This was actually my favorite look. I'm gonna start off by just saying I'm gonna give this a 10. Not only am I giving it a 10, not only is it super chic, it's just honestly highlighting the fact of who Jenna fucking Lyons is. And I think it just makes sense, just to piggyback off of what you guys are saying. It's right on brand with Jenna. Like, this is not shocking. Her in a chic literally a bath towel with a turban on. Like, and I guess this is the mood for the season. I actually don't care. Which is probably why it may be her last.
Maybe.
That's a lot. A 10. So you're saying she's up there with Ubah?
Yeah. Two different girls.
It's your rating. Listen, it's your rating. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It's your rating, sis.
Okay, girl. What was your Monday?
Oh, my Monday was phenomenal.
Was it?
I had 9 hours of sleep, girl. And then we have my Jessel is just, I love Jessel.
Yeah.
I love everything about Jessel. Jessel is wearing, I'm gonna butcher this, Matiski is the dress, and then the shoes are Yves Saint Laurent. Out of all of the gowns that I would find myself in, I do love the print on Raquel, but this is definitely a me gown. Like, if I were a woman, I would wear this gown. I love the details on this. I love her glam. The bob is everything to me. Even just how she's posing in this photo. What is this? Is that a button detail on this dress or pearls? Like, whatever it is how they're just perfectly placed on this. Jessel never gets it wrong. Like, Jessel is that girl when it comes to fashion on this show. Like, I just love Jessel. So I'm gonna give Jessel, she's a 10 for me. Jessel's a 10 for me.
Huh?
She's a 10 for me. She's a 10 for me.
I mean, yeah, I love this. The dress is gorgeous. The glam is gorgeous. The bob is tight, but tight in a good way. It is not folded under. It's a real bob. Yeah, I love this one. I want to give it a 10, but I'm saving my 10 for another one, and I don't want to be just throwing out 10s to everybody. I'll give her. Can I give her a good 9.5?
Okay, that's good.
guess I'm coming in as the bitch. I'm honestly
Well, what's new?
The bob was bobbing for me. Jessel, and again, Jessel really doesn't get it wrong. I just think this particular, I would have maybe wanted her to do one of the sequence dresses, like her doing just this clean black gown. I feel like I've seen her possibly this picture on her Instagram before. I'm gonna give her a clean 8, and it's actually solely for face and hair. The gown is like, yeah, okay, next.
Mm-hmm. But the bathrobe gets a 10. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, girl.
This. Stop. At least she's not dressed like a tiny man. Okay. What did she say? A little boy? A tiny boy?
Like
next we have Sai De Silva. Sai is wearing we can't drag the dress. It's Christopher John Rogers. I love him. And then we have Roger Vivier. For me, I would have loved to see this on Jenna or someone, or Ubah, someone that is tall. I think this is too much gown for Sai. Even in this photo, imagine if she looks short and the gown is too much for her in a photo that is, that has went through editing and production, all of these, checks and balances. Imagine what it looked like in person. It probably really swallowed her up. So for this, I'm gonna give Sai, because it's Christopher John Rogers. It's a 7.5. It would have been a 7.
Okay, well, I disagree. I love this dress.
Okay.
Like you said about Jessel, if it was you that you would be wearing that dress, I would be wearing this one. I love the drama. I love a gown. I'm a bit taller than size, so maybe I could pull it off a little bit better based off of that fact. But I love this dress. My only qualm with this dress was size placement on the couches, which wasn't up to her. But I feel like this is a first chair type of dress. I would love to see a bitch in first chair just dragging everybody in this gown. She was on the end of the couch almost. That's unfortunate. But I love this. I'm gonna give it a solid 10. This is what I saved my 10 for. So fuck you, Aaron.
Oh, I know you lying.
No.
No, well.
Well, the bell at the ball. Yeah. Again, I would have if the girls would have just reversed dresses, this would have been it for me. I will have to agree. Aaron, you know how I am. I'm a super fit when it comes time to dresses and gowns and body types and heights. The bodice is eating her alive. And I also think this also ages her, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if it's Kinsey or like Mother of the Bride. I'm not sure. So
it is a badass Mother of the Bride dress, though. I give you that. But it is definitely giving matron of honor. I see you, Mother of the Bride.
No, hold on. We haven't gotten to the grandma of the cast yet. That's coming up.
Oh, and unfortunately, she got a high score for me. But we'll go on.
Lord.
But yeah, I give her overall, I give her a 7.5 just off of strength of the designer.
Okay. All right. And then we're gonna move on to Brynn. Brynn Whitfield. Brynn is wearing a dress by Tyler Marmo. Shoes are Amina Mudai. Thank you. I'm a really big fan of this dress in general. Funny enough, Jared, I actually held this dress and sent it to Danielle, or did I FaceTime you when I was in Neiman's that day? Was it FaceTime? One of the sales associates, sales advisors, whatever they call them there, were walking with it. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this thing is gorgeous. And for it to be a frock on a hanger, because frocks normally don't have hanger appeal. Like she said I think it was on the preview of the reunion, she said she got the inspiration from Zsa Zsa Gabor. All I could think about was Miss Roper from Three's Company. Just a very upscale glam type of look. I messaged you guys, I thought something was off with her face. Other than that, I thought the glam and the hair was everything. I head to toe in love with it. I'm gonna have to give this a cute 9.5.
Fair.
Go ahead and eat it up, girl. Eat it up.
It's a solid 6 for me.
Oh, okay.
I think the glam. I mean, I get when she said inspiration. I was like, okay, I see it. What show we watched? Oh, it was Bose that was talking about people with a plan, but they can't execute the plan. I think this kind of falls into that category. Um, I don't love the glam. Like you did message us about her face, and it could be the mind you, these reunion photographers, whoever I don't know who it is, or if it's always the same person, but the reunion photos are notoriously awful.
Yeah.
So and they typically across the board, the reunion looks I feel like read better on TV once they actually are broadcasted. But I. Mm, I just don't see it for this one. And I'm also trying to separate the person from the dress, but
Yes.
It's rough.
it's yeah.
Because let's be real. I said the girl was a 10 to me right before, and then I realized when I saw her face pop up, I was like 9.5.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Danielle.
As we were talking, this is me, and we all talked about the gowns that were you. This is actually me in a dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with the entire aesthetic. I just hate that Brynn is wearing it. Like I hate that she's wearing it. Amina Mudai is one of my favorite shoe designers. I really enjoy her shoes as well. So the entire look is my aesthetic. Overall, she's not getting a 9 because she's annoying. But the overall look, and I don't really care. I think her hair could have been a smidge better. I think it could have been tighter as far as the hair.
Fair.
What
Very
if she did an
fair.
updo?
Something else, or like a
She could have.
soft pony.
I think the style and the wave of her hair is perfectly fine. It like you said, it needs to be tight. It needs to be tighter. Like
she got exactly what she represents herself most of the time in her life. She got the whiter version of the hairstyle versus.
oh, I didn't know where you were going with that. I got so nervous. Oh my god! I just knew you was about to pull a Nene in Puerto Rico. Jesus, I was nervous. Anybody checking for this? You know where she finished with that one, child. I was nervous.
No, but do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%.
Same decade, just two different groups of women.
Gotcha. So what are you giving her?
I say I'm giving her an 8.5.
Okay, 8.5. And fuck the friends. Okay. Well, guys, let's move on to the drama at hand. All right. So, as we all know, RHONY went left. Everybody's blaming Eric Fuller. They dragging that poor producer. Listen, he ain't never seen a colorism, racist conversation that he ain't never liked in his life. Like, it's what is going on? I mean, how do y'all want to start this off? Because I have just so many thoughts. Like, do we need an overview? A real where you want to go?
I mean, honestly, just starting off at the conversation at hand. Why did you make up that entire story and think that Ubah wasn't going to check you on it? You actually were more like temperature checking after the fact when Ubah went out and started wilding out on the producers, because they caught all of that on footage. She wasn't pressed before because she wasn't even coming in. Remember, after a while, she kept coming out of the room and seeing like
well,
how
damn,
Danielle was.
Danielle, you started at the end. Can we get a little Jesus?
Sorry, but the whole thing. I think that's what sticks with me the most is why she did that. Let's start off with why. So sorry.
Go ahead, Jared. You about to say something?
Well, I was going to jump in on where Danielle was, but she said she started at the end. But another issue that I had, actually, no, this is a good place to put this because you just brought up Eric Fuller. And what I noticed too was that in the scene when after Ubah talked to Jessa and she came storming out of the room, Bren was like laughing and literally giving Eric Fuller a hug. And that really bothered me because I'm just like, I don't know. It kind of gave me like a sense of like her talking to him like, yeah, I done set it off. I did that scene, yada, yada, yada. And it just completely rubbed me the wrong way.
For me, I agree with both of you guys because let's be very clear. Everyone was aware of what just happened. I watched that episode before we decided that we were going to review this. I probably watched the episode twice. I watched it sober and then I watched it high. I got so upset watching it because I watched everyone around them. And my thing that stuck out to me that really bothers me, and I hope they bring it up at the reunion, was Raquel getting mad at Jessel for telling Ubah. And what was so funny about it was that if you listen to Ubah say what Jessel did, Jessel went into the room and said, she didn't say, hey, Brynn said da da da. She said, Ubah, why would you say that to Brynn if you know that Brynn was SA'd? And that's when Ubah loses her shit. So Jessel was being a good friend, but she also wasn't going in there to be messy. And the fact that everyone's upset, like they got mad with Jessel because Jessel said it. Could you imagine had Jessel not done that and we would have had to wait all the way to reunion?
Right.
Well, yeah, we would have had to wait always to reunion. And to top it off too with that, the fact that nobody had Jessel's back was wild. And honestly, at
Jessel or Ubah?
Shit,
Both.
Right, yeah, right.
Both. When Jessel opened her mouth, they were more worried about her being a damn pigeon than what the story she was telling. And then when Ubah came in, they were more concerned of her losing her shit, calling production out the closet versus no, this bitch just lied to me. And then she put this type of her. That's different. And again, as I would say, as the resident queen bee on here, girls, girl or not, I'm saying as far as being a girl's girl or
I'm
being
joking.
not a girl's
I'm
girl.
joking.
But on that level, those are just certain things that women just don't do. And when you talk about SA, that's a very sensitive subject because almost every woman in that room has definitely gone through something, a similar experience, or been in the realm or been around something like that. So you should have known that was going to blow up the way it was. The fact that they were shocked that Ubah was so blown up was actually more mind blowing to me. How mad they were, how upset she really was. I was like, wait,
as a man, I would like to ask this question, and in the comments, don't eat me up. This is just an honest question. Even Ubah saying, because let's be very clear, Ubah never said that she should suck a dick. Ubah never said that. Brynn is the one that actually said it.
Right.
If I know that you were assaulted and we're arguing back and forth, and I say, well, I know I deserve this job. I don't know what you did to get this job. What's the link? I don't understand the link. She know I got sexual and she's going to say something like that. I don't understand the link of that. Can someone explain the link to me? Why that, like why everybody was like, and she knows this? Like I didn't understand it.
You want to know what's so crazy about that? That's why the idea popped in my brain. First of all, you don't even weaponize nothing like that in an argument. And bitches get into arguments, they're nasty. But for the way that Ubah said that to Bren, when she said, I don't know what you did for this job, because she never said getting the dick sucked. She said, I don't know what you're doing for this job. She was insinuating that Bren was a hoe versus you was out there. Well, she wasn't, I don't think Ubah was not even thinking about SA.
Right.
She was really going for Brenn's. She was really saying, Bren, you a hoe. You out here, you move crazy. That's what she was insinuating.
Because also, and then correct me if I'm wrong, because wasn't this a few hours after Brynn was flopping around on the beach trying to flirt with the lifeguard or whatever the hell she was doing?
Yes. Now there is a thing. Now don't get me wrong. I do know. I mean, separately from the Ubah and the Brynn situation, over sexuality, it can be a symptom of being sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
right.
That is a symptom. But my thing is, I don't even think the girlies really thought that was that big of a deal or even sought that connection until Brynn brought those two things together. Like for her to, and she says this, and then this is the thing. She is creating this connection off of something that Ubah never said. Right. And everyone was present when Brynn said, oh, what, I should put a D in my mouth? Everyone's there, and then they have a conversation without Ubah there, saying, "Hey, she really got to stop calling Brynn a slut, calling her like they got to stop doing it. That's something that really triggers her." Go ahead.
She had Raquel crying for her as if she knew what she felt like she was going through. I was like, well, now hold on. What do you, for a woman of color? What
No,
happened
she
was
didn't say a woman of color. Let's be very clear what Brynn said. Let's be very clear about what Brynn
she
said.
didn't say that. She said for a black woman.
For a black
Now,
woman.
And that's what pissed me off the most, because that was even before she even brought up the whole essay thing. She already had the whole group of women calling her for whatever fucking reason, which I didn't understand. And Raquel pipes in, talking about, well, I know how it is as a black woman. When you try, as if Ubah is not a fucking black woman and also the darkest skinned woman on the cast. Like, y'all don't think she went through the same shit? And y'all gonna sit here calling white passing Brynn, talking about, oh, it must be so hard for her. Bitch, please. And
it
then
so
she already
hard.
had
Go
that.
ahead, go.
And then goes into the essay after all that.
Yes. But then this is the crazy part. It's so hard for a black woman to make money and be successful and not have this put on their name. But 5 to 10 minutes earlier, oh, what? You're in Talbot's. You're in Dress Barn. Aren't you diminishing her job? Let's be very clear. When they were getting into the argument and they were in the jacuzzi and Ubah got up and sat down in front of her face, you can tell in that moment, Ubah wanted to have a serious conversation. You can see it on everyone's faces. And then what's the first thing that Bren did right after that? You're on commercial and I'm on private jets. And that is when Ubah decided to hit her right back and say, okay, with whose husband? Because again, you are creating the narrative around yourself. Last episode, you wanted to have phone sex. Yes, it was a joke, but that's not a joke. And everybody on that cast looking at Ubah funny, every black woman or male that watched that show looked at Ubah like, oh, that's a real one. Aaron, Ubah had your back. You should be weirded out that Brynn wants to have, even joking, have phone sex with your man.
Girl, she started. Let's get past that. We want to go back to the beginning. Brynn did that shit last season at their wedding anniversary.
Yes,
and was talking about going off on. She wanted to tag team the father, rest his soul, and the husband.
It's just
the girl's sick.
I can speak for myself. I've been in situations like that where if it weren't for the jessel of it all, how easily the world can make you look like the bad guy, or whoever's involved can make you look like the bad guy. And I don't appreciate how flippant these girls were. And it's like, is colorism or just being white passing that strong, where everyone this season has said that, or at least argued with Brynn about something that she has said about them that wasn't true. But somehow when it goes against Ubah, y'all don't believe Ubah? Like I didn't understand that. Ubah had to call on Allah and take her firstborn for y'all to believe her?
Can you imagine? They even played remember when they played all the clips back on that last episode
about her lying,
planting all her fucking lies. They played back every seed that she ever planted, from the pregnancy scare with old Becky to everything. They played everything back. You started all the shit. And what can turn out as something playful. What happened is your playful, dry, passive humor you have. It just did. This was a nasty landing. She didn't think this shit was gonna land like that. That's what happened. She got fucked up.
I couldn't agree more. The other, Danielle, say something?
No.
I was telling you to say. You cut out the other part for me. Just when it comes to like the whole race thing, you can be black. You can have as much black in you as you want. But let's be very clear. If you are not showing up in that world and showing up in the world, like your phenotype is not Jarrett's, mine, or Danielle's, sis, the world is not going to treat you like you're black. So for you to call on this black card, for you to get sympathy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For you to call on this black card because of the people that are around you. She said that around Raquel because she wanted Raquel to be on her side, because she felt like Raquel would relate to that.
And did.
And she did.
And yes. And then again, like Danielle said, or Jared, you did it against the blackest bitch on the cast.
The blackest.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Disgusting.
Right.
Disgusting. Because, like I said, I was trying to figure out the link between the sexual assault and saying you F her job. I was trying to find that link. I was more so focused on her weaponizing race in that way that she did. And then using it so artfully against these people. And then also somehow still being able to use the privilege of being white passing. That was a Jedi mind trick. Go ahead, Jared.
Just the fact that you, in one altercation, weaponized race and weaponized sexual assault. And then after it was all wrapped up, you still felt like you didn't do anything wrong. That's some crazy ass behavior.
Temperature checking, walking back in that room, temperature checking, having conversations. Me and Danielle call them, is the refrigerator still in the kitchen conversations? You know, like when you're trying to gauge if somebody mad at you, so you just bring up some bull, like, hey, is the refrigerator still in the kitchen? Just to see how they respond.
Are we going horseback riding?
Yes.
Right.
And then this was the part that fucking killed me. And I'm like, oh, now y'all can clock it. When she left first and everyone, and then she texts Aaron like, hey, are you guys staying? Because she didn't want them to sit around and talk or at least continue the trip without her. And now my last point that I'm going to say about this, for me, my last point I'm going to say about this is just from a producer standpoint, I think Jared, you're onto something when you said about the hugging, like, oh, look what I did. The next morning, she was in the living room with all those producers, and Brynn being the person that started all this trouble and them recognizing that, they shut down that trip because the rest of the cast wanted Brynn gone.
Yeah.
They ruined that. They ended that trip for everyone because the cast wanted Brynn gone. If that were Ubah, the trip would have continued on.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
The trip would have continued on.
Not a fan. I will say this is not it's a different situation than Phaedra back 8 years ago, but nonetheless, it's still, you don't play with shit like that. Nasty, like I said, whatever was a joke, or you were just attention seeking or victim, or you trying to be a victim and wanting attention. It was just all wrong. And like you said, Jared, you doing the race and the essay, it's just too much. She was like a bad musician, like a bad magician. She was trying to make us see one thing, and like you said, Aaron, we were so focused on one thing that we were so sidetracked from the other shit that she pulled. So she actually had us bamboozled on 2 different sets, but we were trying to figure out what could we be more mad at her about.
No, that's a fact. So just kind of like put a bow on this, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm gonna answer it first. Should Brynn come back next season? For me, no. Jared?
No.
Danielle?
Absolutely not.
And just like that, we've gotten rid of Brynn.
Bye.
And she
you need to leave.
You need to leave. Goodbye, Kyle. By the way, just a rumor. I mean, not a rumor. She confirmed it. Did you know that she was supposed to be on Vanderpump Rules? Did you know that?
Brynn?
No.
Yes, she was.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, she's very close friends with Pandora, Lisa and Ken's daughter. Grew up with her husband. She might Pandy need to check and make sure she. Let me stop because now I know about her history. I ain't got time for nobody to say you did it. All right, let me stop. All right, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in for our little segment about this Brynn and Ubah stuff. It upset us because we full of melanin and we don't like when people do shit like that.
I don't like that.
No.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, should I? Whatever. Bye, guys. Hold on.